Okay, today we're talking about glass efficiency. When you're shopping for replacement windows, the most important part of the window is going to be the glass. That's really what's going to determine the energy efficiency of the window. So in order to test the glass, I've set up a couple things here. The first is a heat lamp. This heat lamp is going to represent your furnace. Obviously, we want to try and keep as much of that heat inside the house as possible. In order to test how much energy is being lost through the different glass options, I'm going to also set up a BTU meter. You may have heard the term BTU when referring to air conditioning, heating, and cooling. BTU stands for British Thermal Unit, and it's just a unit of measurement that they use to measure energy. So I'm going to set this meter up so that it's at a nice round number, 100. So we'll say that when you have your furnace on, if you had no window at all in the hole in the wall, you'd be losing 100% of the energy through that hole. So we're going to put different types of glass in front of the heat lamp, and we're going to see how much heat's kept in the house versus how much is being lost. The first piece I'm going to show you is what's called an insulated clear glass unit. Now, most folks, when you hear the term insulated glass, would probably picture something like this. What it means when you hear insulated glass is that it's two panes of glass, it's sealed, and then they fill the space in between with argon gas. Argon is just a very heavy, very thick gas that keeps the heat from transferring through the window. So here's how your insulated glass unit works. You'll notice on the meter it drops it down to 65. So what that means is 65% of that energy that your furnace is producing is transferring right through the glass. You're only keeping 35% in. Not what most people would expect when they hear the term insulated window. A lot of companies over the years have offered an alternative to insulated glass. You may have heard of a product called low E glass or E glass. Low E glass, when it originally came out, was intended to keep your carpeting and your furniture from fading from sunlight. Still the same as clear insulated glass as far as it has two panes of glass, it's sealed, filled with argon gas, but the one thing that makes this window different is they put a coating on one of the panes of glass that's made to filter UV rays from the sun. The low E glass unit now drops the meter down to 61. So it is an improvement, slightly better than the clear insulated glass unit. However, most companies are going to charge anywhere from $75 to $100 per window extra to upgrade from the clear unit to the low E unit. In my opinion, for $100 to save an extra 4%, you're not getting much value. Remember, our goal is to make the window insulate like a wall. This is the piece I first brought out that's filled with fiberglass insulation. When that's placed in front of the heat lamp, the meter now drops down to 5. So now with this unit, you're keeping 95% of your energy in the house and only losing 5%. There's only one problem with this window. You can't see through it. So we went back to the drawing board and we said, how can we make a window insulate as good as a wall, but you can see through? This is where our pro-grade glass pack comes in. What makes this different from anything else on the market today is the type of coating that we use. It's still a double pane unit. It's still sealed. It still has the argon gas, but what makes this different is on the back of each pane of glass, we use a very thin reflective coating, very similar to what's on a mirror. We've done it thin enough, however, that you can still see through the window. Yet, it still has its reflective properties, like a mirror. The inside pane is going to constantly reflect whatever's on the inside back in. The outside pane is going to constantly reflect whatever's on the outside back out. Let's see how this one works. This one now drops the meter down to 11, which means now you're keeping in 89% of your energy and only losing 11%. Dramatic improvement, but we're still not here yet. We recently made an improvement over our pro-grade glass pack, and that improvement was adding a third pane in the center. We still have the two panes on the outside, which both have the reflective coating, so you're still reflecting whatever's on the inside back in, and you're still reflecting whatever's on the outside back out. But now by taking that third pane and separating that airspace, we made it even more energy efficient. We're going to make sure the meter's right at 100, and I'm going to place our Pro Premium glass pack in here, and that now drops the meter down to 3. You're now keeping in 97% of your energy and only losing 3%. Now be careful. When shopping for replacement windows, there's a lot of companies that are selling triple pane glass, but not all triple pane windows are going to perform the same. In fact, it's not the fact that this window has 3 panes that makes it work so well. It's the reflective coating. Just to prove to you that it's not the 3 panes of glass that make the window work so well, I'm going to first put a double pane clear insulated unit. Then I'm also going to put over top of that a double pane low E unit. So we now have a total of 4 panes of glass, which should outperform our triple pane. But as you can see on the meter, it only drops it down to 39. So not all triple pane windows work the same. I hope you enjoyed today's demonstration. Please feel free to call Pro Home Improvement for your free estimate. We'll bring all these testing pieces and equipment out to your home. We'll give you a free energy evaluation. In fact, we'll even pull out one of your windows and test it so that you know where your energy efficiency level is now on your current windows.